Hello there, and welcome once again. It's time to dive into a live with Mike and go through a number of new things, new topics, and hopefully something that adds value to you. So, just thank you for taking time to stop and take a little window of time. We're going to try to do this in 10, 12 minutes here, and give you something of value to think about and move on from. So, number one, on a personal level, but also on a brand level, there is a need for businesses to differentiate themselves today. So there's going to be competition, and with the internet, people can find products, services anywhere. How are they going to choose you over another entity? And so a number of factors can go into that. Obviously, people are going to take a look at costs. You're going to have to be within that realm of reasonability for them to consider you, but as well, what is it going to take, or even can you get them beyond thinking about cost as the bottom line? And basically the only way that you can do that is to have them begin thinking about you, what you bring, and the uniqueness of your company. And so when I say you, let's just let's say that's if you're a solopreneur, that is you individually, but if you're a company, that is your brand. And so that's some of the pieces that you need to take a look at, is being uniquely you. So if somebody's going to offer maybe the same product and the same service, but how can you differentiate yourself? And that is the brand authenticity and who you are, being uniquely you. So in my book, Add Value, Be Uncommon, one of the things I talk about is the need to not be afraid to be different. Okay, so I wear a bracelet, and you see that add value, be uncommon is the other term there, and that's one of the keys. Is you need to be comfortable being unique, standing out, and being different. So you might offer the same product or service, but it's you who someone will hire based on who you are, based on the company, and that can take many facets. Okay, so it can be part of the brand, the logo, which I'll talk about in a little bit. It can also be part of the content, the description, but it can also be the people, and there can be the support team behind it. It can be the reviews, the testimonials. All that can be part of what sets you apart. So when you think of brands that are doing something, unique and set apart, and you think of, I think of those like Chick-fil-A commercials, right? Okay, whether you like Chick-fil-A or you don't, you got to admit their marketing with the cows eat more chicken and all those type of things is unique. It sets them apart. It is distinct. It is memorable. So in a marketing standpoint, that's something that is how can you set yourself apart? But I think that many times we get a fear, and we think that we need to conform, or we see somebody that we see as perceived as having success, and we say, oh, we need to copy that, we need to emulate that, where that's not really going to get you the distance. You need to think about representing. It's going to be too hard too, because it's not representing who you are. It's people going to be attracted to your team, to your leaders, to your product or service based on that. So sometimes it's not necessarily the product, but it's the team that sells the product, or it's the team that does the project management of the project that's going to make the difference. So you need to lead with that. And so social media gives you an opportunity to do that through things like what we're doing here, live video. So you're getting to see, a part of who I am. You're hearing me talk. You're hearing my thoughts, philosophy behind it, related to social media, digital marketing, that type of thing. So video is doing that in an incredible fashion. So live video, just recording video. This is going to go up and be a recorded video that people can watch later. And so they're getting an idea of the product, service, knowledge, expertise that I can bring to that situation. So be uniquely you. Don't try to copy. There's enough of those out there, and you can't replicate someone else's success. You're going to have to do that yourself, and you're going to have to attract your tribe, your vibe, the ones that are connected to you. So don't fall into that trap of saying, we need to follow that model. Now, there's things you can learn from other people's models, but then, it has to come out in who you are, being authentically you. Okay, so that's one of the keys that I wanted to bring to you, both on a personal level, just in life and leadership, self-leadership, is to be okay with who you are. You've been uniquely created, uniquely gifted, unique experiences that form you and that give you expertise to offer in different situations. On a personal level, so understand that you have value, and that unique value is something that you bring to the world. On a corporate brand level, just recognize that who your team is, how you write copy, how you write blog posts, how you write social media posts, how you speak on video, on live video. Those are the things that can set your brand apart, that would attract companies to you. That when there's 4 options to choose from, and prices are within reasonable closeness to each other, how somebody can make a decision on that. Hopefully it's by the stickiness of who you are and what you have to bring. All right, so diving into that a little bit further, I got a blog post to kind of cover some things when it talks about your branding. So again, I said be uniquely you, and one of the things that is uniquely you is hopefully your logo for your brand. And take a look at your logo. How long has it been out there? Is it representing you today? Is it fresh today? And what do you need to do with that? So when you think about some of the iconic brands out there, Nike, you don't need to see the swoosh. Okay, you see the swoosh and that's Nike. So that's a memorable thing. So 5 things your company logo needs to be able to do. It needs to communicate a powerful message. It's gonna be memorable like Nike's is. Okay, let's see, what's another one? The B enclosed in the white circle in Beats by Dre indicates headphones, right? You got that, those types of message. So it's going to communicate something that you can talk about. It's going to have a visual focus. Think of IKEA and eBay, some of those types of logos and what they do. And there's other ones that have kind of abstract, and symbolic. Chase, Sprint logos convey a big idea. So what do you need to do there? What's the visual focus that you want to represent your brand? Again, and I'm saying, how can that do 2 things? How can it add value? And how can it be uncommon? And so think through that for your brand logo. The target audience, so that the logo should be able to relate to that target audience. Okay, and so you have to think through that. Who is your ideal client? If because a ideal client that is 20 to 30. The fonts, the style of that logo is probably going to be different than if your ideal audience is 45 to 58, that type of piece. So understand that your logo, who you what that represents, should be clear to that audience, resonate with that audience. What is your clear point of difference? Okay, and maybe this is part of the tagline that comes through with your brand logo. That piece, that imagery needs to represent that, and the logo needs to back that up. And the tagline should strengthen that, but it should help identify, this is what you're going to get from us. So those things need to flow. So what the logo says, what the tagline says, should reflect what somebody sees when they see a live video, and it should all flow together that way. And then, of course, again, so what are ways that you're going to use that logo? Are you using that logo well? Are you using that in your social media? Are you using that in your videos? Are you doing different things that help strengthen the brand awareness and recognition of your logo? So, I want to encourage you to take a look at that, and just consider ways that you are using your logo, ways you need to use your logo. So that's a key piece of today, is be uniquely you, and that comes down to your personal level, to your branding level, to who you are as an individual, the gifts that you need to bring. Don't be afraid to be uncommon, be different, and then take that to the corporate level. Just talking about your logo today and how that logo needs to be designed, and so our team can help you with those kind of things. So if you want to talk about your logo more, you can always come back wherever you're seeing this video. You can comment on those pieces and follow up with you on those things. But that's what I wanted to cover today. Stop and take some reflection on, am I being uniquely me? What is it that is my unique gift? So I may be doing something that others are doing, but how can I do it in an uncommon way? How can I do it in a different way? For me, one of the things that stands out, even though I'm a digital marketer and I use social media a lot, is I do unique things on social media. I'm a runner and triathlete, and last year I raised funds for a nonprofit to help people in Iraq that had their homes destroyed by ISIS get rebuilt. And so I could tell that story on social media, and it didn't have anything to do with me being a digital marketer, but I used my social media skills to share that story, and it communicated a value about who Mike is, the kind of things Mike does, that attracted some people to me for that kind of client. So even though those things may seem unrelated, they are related in how that communicates some of my skills with social media, and it communicated some of my values and things that are important to me and how I operate in the world. And so it can be attractive to brands where those things are important to them as well. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover today. This was today's episode of Live with Mike. Tune in next time, and we'll do it again. New topic. Take care.